So I'll be giving a brief walkthrough of the Aragog CTF. I'll show you how to get it on your on your laptop. Just type in oneup.com, type in Aragog. So it's one of the Harry Potter series. You can come over here and get it downloaded on your virtual machine. I already have it on mine, so I guess I'll just go straight into it. I have to start it up. Ensure you set all the necessary settings right. So here is it coming up. Okay, now it's up. So what we need to do is to get root access to this machine. So that's what I'll be showing you here. Just to start, we start with the discovery. So let's use mmap to get the IP address of the machine. We are on the same network, so I will just do a quick scan over my network to see which IP addresses are up. That should be the address of the. Okay, so this address looks different. So let me check it out, see if this is the address of the machine. The browser is up, so we can just input the IP address into the browser and let's see what it brings up. Okay, so I guess this is the Aragog machine and this is the IP address. So we can go ahead and continue with our capture the flag challenge. So we'll start with the enumeration. So let's use the SV flag, which is the service detection flag, and also -A, which allows for aggressive scanning. So it utilizes mmap scripts. So let's input the IP address here. That's what we need to scan. This takes, it should take like a minute or less. So we can move on and try the directory brute force also alongside. Okay. So this didn't take that long. So yeah, we can see it has the port 22 open, which is the SSH port, and the port 80 open, which is the HTTP port. And from here, the port 80 is the web server, which we're able to see here. So think let's perform a directory brute force on the web server. So we'll use GoBuster to do this. GoBuster dir. So you give it the HTTP address. You can come over here and copy it. So now we have to give it a word list. I think we should give it the medium word list. So let's use this. Okay. Now let's give it some extensions. Let's do PHP back log txt ehp.back jpg. Let's do zip too. So here we can see it has found a slash blog subdomain. Let's check this out. This is taking quite some time to load up. Oh, I guess it is a WordPress site. So I mean, this if this is vulnerable to WordPress RCE, remote code execution, then that will be easy for us. But let's check the source code first. Let's see if there's anything we need to know. Okay. I think there's a reference to this. Okay, I think we can copy this, add this to our host file. Okay, I think we can copy this and add this to our host file. This is not loading properly, so let's add it to our host file and see what we get. So we can do nano etc. So this should open up our host file. So the IP address is 172.20.10.4. We'll go ahead and paste the. Let's remove all these unnecessary parts. So this is the domain name. I guess with this we should be able to get it to load properly. So let's go ahead and save this first. Okay, it's not working because I did not open it with root privilege. So I guess let's redo this. But we'll use sudo this system around. Okay, it should work now. Okay, it worked now. So we can go ahead and open the file to be sure it's working. Okay, now we're showing, then we can continue. Let's go back to the web server, let's reload. It should work properly now. Okay, now it's loading up properly. So, I mean, we know it's a WordPress site. Let's see if it's vulnerable to some WordPress exploits. So we can go ahead and close this for now. Let's use the WordPress scanner to scan this particular subdomain. So it's a WordPress site. So WordPress is a content management system, and this website, which is a slash blog, is basically built off WordPress. And there's a scanner which we use to scan for WordPress vulnerabilities, which is called WP scan. That's what I'll be using next. And we can check the help menu to see the options available for us. So this is the help menu. Let me go ahead and zoom in. So the options available for us include the verbose, just to see a more verbose output. We have the -E, which is to enumerate. So the -E allows you to enumerate. You can enumerate for vulnerable plugins, all the plugins, themes, and more. Here you can enumerate the -U is to enumerate for the usernames, and -P is also to enumerate for passwords. So basically, the -P allows you to give it a list of passwords to use during the password attack. That was a mistake on my part, and the -U gives you the list of usernames to use during the attack. So enumerate for password, you use the -E, then give it the U. So the user ID gives you the user ID and everything you need. So um uh, for you to be able to use this WP scan wall, you have to get your token, which can be gotten from the WP scan website. So I've gotten mine, so I'll go ahead and use it to perform the scan right now. So WP scan, the first thing we do is we give it a URL. So our URL is here already. So we give it the URL, HTTP, the IP address, and the subdomain is the blog. The -E, as I said earlier, is for enumerating, and here we want just the vulnerable plugins. Then after that, we want to do a mixed plugins detection. So whereby it gives you both the active and the passive. So this is what is being done. This is it here. So the default mode is mixed. So you can either choose for it to be passive or aggressive. But here we want mixed. We want a passive and aggressive plugin detection. So that's what can be seen here, plugin detection. So we'll go ahead and give it our API token. So this might take some time, but let's see how it goes. Okay. We're seeing some vulnerabilities. So this is the object injection in PHP mailer, plugin confusion. Let's wait for it to get done. So we'll go ahead and enumerate all these results the WP scan has given to us. So I think there's a WP file manager present. And here we can see unauthenticated arbitrary file uploaded into RCE. RCE means remote code execution. This is exactly what we want. This allows for you to run code remotely. So let's read more. Okay, so this is the CVE. So you can go ahead and copy this CVE and check Metasploit to see if it's available. And if you prefer to use search exploits, like some people do, you can also use search exploits to get it done, which I'll be showing you. So if you prefer to use search exploits, you can also use search exploit to get it done. But I prefer to use Metasploit as it automates the whole process. It makes it easier. So let's check for the file manager. Okay, so we can find it. So it says here we have the RCE WordPress plugin WP file manager. So this is it. It's also present on Setsploit. So you can go ahead and use Setsploit if you prefer that, but I'll be doing mine using Metasploit. So let's load up the MSN console. We can go ahead and search for the exploits. So we search for the CVE. Let's see that's present here. Yeah, we have it here. So it's the VP file manager underscore RCE. So let's go ahead and use this exploit. But before we use it, we have to set all the necessary options. So you can go ahead and check that. The first option we need to set is the ROS. So the ROS is the IP address of the target. So let's go set ROS 172. Set the target URI, which is the blog. You set the local host, which is the attacker's IP address, your IP address basically. So okay, I think I made a mistake there. Just go ahead and check the options again, see if we have anything else we need to set. So this has been set. You can go ahead and run it now. So we were able to successfully get a meterpreter session, which should be coming up soon. So let's see the user, use the get to ID. I mean, you can just do the help and it gives you a list of all the commands you can use. So I'll be using the get UID to get the user that the server is running as, which is what I'll be using now. This is usually the first thing you need to do. So the UID is www data. So I'll prefer to use my shell. So you can downgrade down to a shell, which, so now you are in a normal shell. So I guess let's check if they have the Python 3 installed on this terminal, which Python 3. Okay, so you can go ahead and make the terminal more interactive by using the Python 3. I can see. Then you spawn a bash shell. You import pty dot spawn. Okay, so let's go to the home directory. Let's see the users that are there. Let's check out Jenny. nothing is here. We just go back to the home directory. So let's check out agreed. There's agreed 98 and let's check this out. I think this is the first flag. Let's check the privileges he has. Okay, he doesn't have the okay. That means he's doing the sudo group. So the sudo command is not being found. So this doesn't work. Let's check the SID binaries to see if we can get anything. Really nothing helpful here. So I guess let's let's use the limpy script to do a general enumeration for us. I think I have limpy installed here. Okay, so it's here. So we're going to get it uploaded using the Python. So I'm trying to share the limpy.sh script remotely, which is why I'm going to be using the Python 3 as the home HTTP.server. It starts up a server remotely. And the port is the port 8000. So I can come over here, go back to the terminal and try to connect to get the limpy.sh file. So I'll do this using wget. Before we do this, let's do it in the TMP directory, which is the temporary directory. Upon reboot, every file you upload there gets erased. So I'm going to put my IP address. So now it's present. We can go ahead and give it execute permissions. We can go ahead and run it now. It's going to take quite some time, but so let's see if we can find anything of use to us here. Okay, I think we have a password here. Let's try and switch the user to root to see if it's going to work. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try. Let's log into the let's log into the database instead. So let's do the MySQL -u. So that will be the username. Let's give it root -p. Let's give it the password. Okay. I think now we have access to it. Let's have it to list out all the databases present. I think I made a mistake there. Let's just go ahead and copy this, put it back there. Let me check my syntax. I think that was wrong. Okay, now we're able to get a database. Let's use this database, use WordPress. Let's have it dump out all the tables present. So let's try and extract all the contents from this table. So we'll do this using this from an SQL query. Select, so we'll give it a wildcard. So it dumps out every single column present in the table. So WP underscore users is the name of the table. Okay, so now we're able to successfully uncover a hash of the user agreed. So you can go ahead and copy this and use John to crack the hash. So we have this. Let's go ahead and use John to extract the password. But we'll be using the working mode list. So this is the word list we'll be using. Let's go ahead and copy the paths. Okay, so I guess I've loaded it up before, so the hash value has been saved. But let's use the John help menu to get to extract it. So it wouldn't work for you like this when you first try it, but because I have completed the CTF challenge before and John has helped me crack the password. So when John cracks a password, it automatically saves it for you. So that is why I have to use the hyphen show to be able to see the saved password. And here we were able to uncover the password to the password 123. Copy the password, or we can go ahead and switch user to Agrid. So let's exit this. So let's switch the user to Agrid. Now we can see we are Agrid. So now we gain horizontal escalation to the user Agrid. Let's check for the privileges now to see if we can check for that. Okay, still not available. So let's use the PSA UX to see the. So here we're able to see the list of what is running. Let's use the interpreter instead. So let's use the PS. I prefer the interpreter view. So there's really nothing of help here. So we can go ahead and upload another script. This is the PSPY64, which gives you a list of all the cron jobs. So cron jobs are jobs that automatically run in the background. So we'll go ahead and upload that. So we get a list of all the cron jobs that are present on this terminal. Sure, we'll do that again. Let's switch it to the aggregate again. So let's go ahead and go to the TMP directory. Then we'll upload the PSPY, which I believe should be present on this same terminal I have here. Let me locate it. Let me search for it real quick. PSPY. Okay, it is present here. Okay, so we can go ahead and upload it onto this terminal. But before I do that, let's make sure, okay, the HTTP server is still up and running. So we can use wget again. So it's telling me that connection failed. Okay, so there was a mistake in my command. I did 800 instead of 8,000. Let's copy this once more, paste it. Okay, so let's go ahead and give it execute permissions. So we can go ahead and run it. These are the processes that are currently running. So let's see if we can find anything of use to us. So what we actually need is a process with a UID of 0. So UID is user ID, and a UID of 0 means it is running with an encrypted privilege. That is root privilege. So if we can find one we can exploit, we can be able to gain root access. And now after waiting for like 2 minutes, we're able to see a particular cron job, which is the .backup.sh, which is in the slash apt directory. So let's see if, and it's running with the root privilege. So let's see if we will be able to put a poisonous script in this file and have it to run. So it's going to run automatically in the background by itself. So let's go ahead and leave this terminal. I think I made a mistake there. So let's see what we can find about this file. Let's check for the permissions first. So we have the, okay. So hybrid has the read, write, execute property. So you can read, write, and execute it. So let's go ahead and write to it. Let's write nano first. CV/APT. Okay, so let's just echo instead. So you put your IP address. So what this is going to do is just going to give you a reverse shell back to a listener we are going to set. So we'll be setting the listener with netcast. So we're just inputting a reverse shell script into this particular .sh file. So let me go ahead and put my listener IP address, which is my IP address. 46. Then put the port you want to listen at. So let's say we want to use the port 1010. So this reason why I'm using double double symbol is because it appends. If I use just one, it's going to overwrite. So backup, that's sh. So you can go ahead and check the contents of this backup with sh. So now we can see we have this. So you can go ahead and set up a listener. You can clear this. So nc. So this should automatically run by itself because it is a cron job. So if you just give it a few minutes and it's going to run by itself. So the script automatically runs by itself. But if you want to trigger it, you should be able to trigger it. So like, we can check to see if it has run. So yeah, it did run. So it's going to run automatically by itself because it is a cron job. So now we have access as root. We can confirm that is who am I. So now we know root. To get the last flag, we can go to the root directory. So I think this should be the second flag, and with that, we've been able to complete this challenge. Thank you for watching.